incredible, and we are very, very busy. The life is the pace of it, the transition team. I'm establishing my transition team, and also working on my office, putting my office together, and also, organizing the residents and packing. And it's incredible what you need to do when in that situation.
Melania, in your book, you wrote about the Obamas and wanting to go into the White House in 2016 and go in early so that you could find out what the room colors are to make sure you could have a room that was suited properly for your son, your young son at the time. And there was some hesitation with letting you in early. You probably don't need to go in early this time because you know what to expect. But how is that working? Have you been back to the White House? Will you go in early to prepare?
Well, this time it's very different because we already know where we are going, and we have all of the plans from before. So we don't need to go back in. My team is in contact with the White House, so that's a plus. But we have all what we need. So this is the second time, so it's nothing new. The first time was challenging. We didn't have much access till we were in January 20. So, but this time it's already in the process. Very different because I know what you need to establish. You know what kind of people you need to hire to be in your office. Right. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm interviewing people for my office. I'm establishing everything what it needs so we could start on day one. Everybody's in and we start working.
Great. You know, Melania, you don't get a lot of credit for this, but you did a lot when you were in the White House. And some of the stories people don't know, you put several students, and we're going to talk about your ornaments a little later, you pay for their college, put them through school.
Yes.
So tell us about some of the programs you're going to do this next time around.
Well, when I was in the White House for 4 years, I established my Be Best initiative, and I also successfully brought it overseas and around the world. Was very successful, and after I left the White House, I established my Web3 and Web2 platforms where I design, where I have collectibles like ornaments every season. This is the third season. And many other collectibles that are available now. So with those, I have students from a foster community that I sponsor, and I'm very proud of. And we have many of them now. So their life changes because they will have an education.
Sure.
So, I mean, so much has changed this time. Can I just give you my observation? I saw the president last night. And I saw when he was hosting The Apprentice. I actually interviewed him when he was with the USFL, when I was doing sports, and he was an owner. And I have never seen him so level. He just seems calm, serene, accomplished, not cocky. You see him every day in all different circumstances. Are you noticing, even if you factor in, and maybe factor in the assassination attempts, a different approach right now at 78 years old that you maybe have not seen before?
I think because we've been there and he was there before, and now it's a different, I think the energy is different, people around him are different.
But don't you think the magnitude of the win is different? It was so comprehensive.
It is.
How did he internalize that?
I see that the country and the people really supported him, and they support him. His focus to make this country great again, and his patriotism, it's incredible, and his hard work as well.
Yeah, there were 2 assassination attempts while he was running. Now that he will be our next president, do you feel like the rhetoric has been toned down? And how do you feel? Are you worried going forward?
I hope it is. I hope the country will be united, and that's what we all hope for. And, I'm always against violence. I think nothing is accomplished with the violence, and that's what we need to, talk about it.
It's got to be so thoughtful, and we've heard him talk about, by the grace of God, he is alive today. what we have seen since he was elected and over the last couple of months is that calmness and maybe gratitude or whatever it is. But something else we've seen is he seems so kind of happy and loose because last night at the Patriot Awards, I think we got a clip. He was doing the Trump dance, and I'm sure you've seen that evolve over the last. As you look right there, how do you describe your husband's dance moves?
Oh, this is very special and unique dance.
It is, right?
And I think a lot of people are copying it, and everybody have fun with it.
Yeah.
you know?
Which part?
Is this how you dance?
No.
Which part of the Trump dance? Did you give him any tips? Like in the
No.
beginning, it was low, and then it was up high, and now there's a golf swing.
No, he's coming all on his own.
Have you ever done the Trump dance? You are Mrs. Trump.
I did not. His father, he brought in so many young people. He knows his generation because nowadays the young generation, they don't sit in front of TV anymore. They're all on the tablets, they're on the phones, and all of these podcasts and streamers. He was very vocal and he gave an advice to his father, and was incredible how he brought in a success because he knew exactly who his father needs to contact and to talk to.
Isn't it shocking how fast he went from that little boy to
Yes,
the big
it
man?
is.
What
It is.
advice do you have for other moms that are, because I'll go back and I'll look at videos
Yes.
of my daughter when she was that age, and there's like a pain in my heart because I miss those years. What's your advice for all of us that your son's in college now, you've seen him grow up, how do you handle each stage?
I think you need to be present and to be with them as much as you can, to be there as a teacher and a guide, give them guidance. I think it's the most important because years goes by so fast. We just don't imagine. It's like I see the clip that you just showed. I feel like it was like a few months ago.
Right.
But the time goes so fast.
But here's your challenge that we don't have nobody watching us. He's trying to adapt to college as a freshman, always tough. He's got Secret Service everywhere in New York City where even not being 6'9" and famous, you could be targeted for a random crime. How has he managed to navigate him, and what advice do you give him to try to be, is it possible for him to be a normal student?
I don't think it's possible for him to be a normal student. His experience at college, it's very different than any other kid. And I'm very proud how he's handling. He's very strong, and he knows that he's in different position than other children. And I just say, make your dreams come true. This is your road. This is your life. And make sure that you listen yourself and your likes and dislikes.
Right. He'd want to come over to my tower for lunch. You don't really hear that from other people, but he does. But evidently he likes it, right? The Stern School?
Yes, he does. He does like it.
National model, and you're the first lady of the United States, the world's most popular country. You're in the White House, and you're not on the cover of any of these magazines.
She used to be.
Do you think that will change? And would you say yes to them? I think the Vogues, the People's, whatever.
Look, I've been there on the cover of Vogue, on the covers of many magazines before, and for me, we have so many other important things to do than to be on the cover of any magazine. I think the life would not change for anybody if I'm on the cover of the magazine.
Can I retract my question then?
But I guess